Noodles with J-Tech. Today I'm going to be showing you how to take a tire off, checking calipers, brake pads, and removing calipers. See the brake caliper assembly is right here. The rotor doesn't look very too bad, so hopefully we won't have any problems taking it off. I find the right size socket, because in the back you're going to have 2 bolts holding your caliper on back here. Okay, so made a discovery. They're not actually sockets. They're going to be hex wrenches. For this particular one, it's going to be a 3/8 hex. On a bit snug, so I'm using a breaker bar instead of a ratchet. Easier to break them loose. Now with the top bolt, hex wrench is too long. We're going to go with a shorter socket. Once you got them broken loose, it's easier to just use a ratchet and get them all the way out. after they're loosened up so much, you should be able to take them with your fingers, loosen them all the way out, and pull them out. Now that both bolts are out, should be able to slide the caliper right off, depending on the condition. And that is how you remove a brake caliper on the Chevy S10. Now take a look at the brake pads. The outside in fairly good condition, very rusted. Recommend changing brake pads only due to the rust. Also caliper, would recommend changing this due to all the rust buildup. It will get seized up on the rotor like it did. Also recommend changing the rotor due to the bad buildup of rust and buildup of brake dust. You're going to have metal shavings, if not changed, which will wear down on your brake pads fairly quickly. Also, with the inside brake pad, it's going to sit inside the piston. I'm not going to take that out today. Best thing to do is you just pop it out like any other brake pad. Take a C-clamp or an actual piston tool, push the piston back in, put new brake pads in, and it will slide right back on the rotor. Here we are, we put the brake pad back in, put the rotor back on. All this rust is going to be a little difficult. Now it's best when you get the rotor first on to get your bolt holes lined back up. You can either put the bottom one in first and then the top one, or vice versa, which one ever is easier for you. For me, I like to get the caliper back on, get them both lined up at the same time, that way you don't have to fight with them. And you slide bolts back in. If you got them lined up correctly, it will just slide right through. And then you tighten the caliper bolts back up. And you want to get these bolts tight, but not too tight, because if you tighten them down too much, they're liable to snap or cause you problems with getting them off. put the tire back on. Putting the tire back on, you want to make sure all stems are lined up with the rim. And slide it on all the way back to the rotor, drawn correctly. When you put the lugs back on and your finger tightening them on, you can put them all on at one time. When you go to tighten them down with the air torque wrench, you want to go into crisscross pattern so that way it evenly distributes the pressure on the rim and seats the tire and rim on the rotor correctly. Once you have done that, you're going to want to lower the vehicle back down on the ground by simply raising it back up off of the safety hook and lowering it back fully to the ground. Also, when taking your tire off, you want to look up torque specifications for your lug nut. On this particular vehicle, I found it is 100 foot-pounds. I can't get my torque wrench out, but in a normal case, so to take your torque wrench, set it to 100 foot-pounds, torque your lug nut.